I guess the final thing I'd highlight about it is, it is genuinely novel under the sun. Nobody else has brought this combination together in the same way. And one of our design goals was survivability. Obviously, the prime design goal was safety of user funds. The second was simplicity. Third was survivability, i.e., can the user move funds even if the Uphold app is down? And that's why we've gone with native multi-sig. We looked at MPC, and there are other exchanges out there who've gone the MPC route, multi-party computation route. We didn't choose that because if the vendor goes away, it requires really heavy-duty server-side infrastructure to make it work. So for the average user, you're dependent upon the vendor. And so it didn't pass our survivability threshold. So, very conscious and deliberate design choices were made here that we think has created something that's very easy, secure, and simple to use.
For the best night's sleep in your life that you've ever had since you've been in crypto, it is the Uphold Vault. Simon McLoughlin.
And that is why I wanted you to listen to it. And unfortunately, I wish I would have cut it up into different pieces instead of having to play the entire thing. Shout out to Brad Keim, Digital Perspectives.
No, good, Brad. I mean, seriously, that's good for bringing it to the people. But
yes,
Brad, you're selling it a little bit, bro. There's some of us in the crypto space that are a little resistant to the sales pitch.
But I will say, I like to. Well, Lewis Jackson has an interview with Simon also, that's even longer and a little bit more detailed, and so I'll put in the show notes. I'll put the link to that as well, both Brad's and Lewis's. But what really caught my attention is what he explained at the end, and I was hoping that you would have understood what he was talking about, because I have heard of this multi-sig wallets before, and so when they were saying this was novice and that this hadn't been done before, and I was like, well, I think I've heard of this, which I mentioned earlier, but perhaps they were using what he was talking about at the end, that the multi-computational or whatever, where then you're dependent on that vendor. Right. If they go away, and then it's just harder. The way that they've created this, it sounds like you don't need them to survive in order to still have access to your crypto. And that to me is important. Shout out to NFT Solutions, joined us on Twitter Spaces with a nice, awesome
NFT
dog.
Solutions, my brother. Yeah.
Brother NFT Solutions. Raise your hand if you want to come up.
Oh yeah, man. You want to talk about something else, man? That guy knows a lot. He is a genius in the back country of Texas, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. But that brother man is a genius. Yeah, that's a smart dude, right?
Yeah, he has got. Let's see. How do I? Let's see if I can invite him to speak. I'll invite him to speak.
Yeah, actually, he would actually have some thoughts on this.
I bet
the multi sig. So okay,
Rosemary,
so I'm from
guys. I only barely heard of this Uphold custody development. You're explaining it really well, which I'm super excited. So yes, go ahead, Simon. We have 7 people watching this on YouTube. Hello.
I'm four of them.
No, you're not supposed to tell people that.
It's good enough. I am one of them, but I just want to make sure it's good to go. That's how I do it. So I think first off, what Uphold has done, I think is great in the sense of they were the first ones to be able to do what is already available for those of us to do. And that is not your keys, not your coins. Honestly, for me, first red flag is they have a key. Now they say that it's just there you lose one key, bring it back. We have the other key to make another key. How's that work? How are you able to do that with a native wallet, right? And that was the key thing that I'm glad Simon, awesome name by the way, he shared that it's a native wallet. So if you went to bitcoin.org and you downloaded the core wallet, you're downloading the native wallet. You're downloading the Bitcoin wallet. Okay, this is a wallet that other wallet creators or platforms like the third party that you were mentioning there, like Exodus, Atomic, the list goes on, right? They all of those wallets are native wallets. Your Ethereum wallet in there, that's an Ethereum wallet. They have at some level they have to have a core or multiple core or native wallets. So that's always in a roundabout way been there. But Simon says that that they didn't go that route that most have, that they chose to go this route. So the end user is in control of it. Now, me, myself, I will sign up for the vault because I want to see if I can destroy this thing in I don't mean destroy it. That's the wrong word. If I can break it, right?
Yeah.
I want to, like, I heard him say, hey, you can go from the vault to the trading desk. Okay, great, man. That's awesome. But how about from the vault to whatever other wallet I want to? Can I just slide and click and do it? I'm good to go. Good to go. Is there something else there that I need to do? I don't know that because I haven't tried it. Right. It's just still sounds like it's an in-house thing.
Well,
and anytime there's go ahead.
Well, I would just say for people that know what they're doing already, obviously people that are comfortable with having, whether they have a paper wallet or a cold storage wallet, and they're comfortable with the whole maintenance of the keys and all of that stuff. Obviously that's probably not something that most people are going to want to do, right? That are already not experts, but pretty fluent with what's happening in the crypto space. But for those folks that are starting to come on board and looking to get into a company that is kind of playing with the regulations and the rules and all of that sort of thing, kind of like the Coinbase. They're just which just depends on, I guess you have to decide which direction you want to really go with this, right? Because there's a lot of stuff happening. There is the self-sovereign route where, but you do have to take responsibility and you do have to know what you're doing. And you have to be slow like that. And that's part of what this show is about, is, dipping your toe into it and learning, what to do. This is a solution that I see bringing more adoption into the crypto space, because most people are going to be more comfortable with this type of option. And so I am very interested to find out more about this. I would never put all of my eggs in this basket or any other one basket. But I am definitely, for some reason, I feel more comfortable with this option than I do going and buying a Ledger, to be honest with you, because there's still some things with Ledger and, all the cold storage wallets that give me some red flags and then, we'll talk about it later, but there's been some recent friends that got hacked, and that I see NFT Solutions popped on stage. What do you got, NFT Solutions? You want to share something?
Hey guys, I think I got in a little late, but I think I heard enough of what you were playing there. I'm getting an echo. Hang on.
Could be a Twitter and YouTube thing. Let me mute
No, I'm just on Twitter. Okay, that seems to be better. I just muted the mic and came back on. Forgive me if you hear the children in the background. Eddie's babysitting the two babies at the moment. But anyways, no, I think
Oh no, we cut out.
think
You're cutting out, unfortunately.
space grows, we're going to have these solutions. I mean, unfortunately, at least here in America, we've become can you hear me now?
Yep. Now we can.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, like Simon said, I am out in the sticks of Texas. So
Holding it down, brother. Hold that. Hold strong, brother. Hold strong. We need you down there in Texas doing it.
I hear you. But anyways, I think that there's going to have to be solutions like this. One of the projects that I'm heavily invested in and follow quite a bit. I think they kind of believe in the fact that we're going to have a hybrid system for people to learn this. It's us early adopters that have come in and figured all this out kind of ourselves, how to do the cold storage and set up devices and keep our stuff on paper wallets and our private key safe in more than one spot in case something happens, are the OGs. But new people coming in, they're going to want these easier solutions. And I mean, unfortunately, as much as we're against it, this is kind of how we're going to, in my opinion, transition the best way to make people feel comfortable. The only way that I would feel comfortable letting somebody custody my crypto would be some sort of a retirement 401k type situation where I take my 401k that I invest every paycheck and I invest it with either like a Vanguard or a BlackRock or something like that. And I have the ability to purchase crypto through that vehicle. That would be the only way I would feel comfortable. Just like right now, if I were to buy stocks, that would be the only way I would do it, is because they are backed, they are insured, and they have the track record. And so with vehicles like Uphold, they're building out something, platforms, in my opinion, that are going to allow people to come into the space and not have to have an education on crypto and keeping it safe. They're going to be able to walk in and almost be like a hybrid of what they're already doing with stocks and bonds, stuff like that. And so I don't necessarily agree with everything that they're doing, because not your keys, not your coins, just like everything else I always preach. But at the same time, the people that I try to educate on the subject, they just get so lost on the keeping it safe that they just get kind of starry-eyed and just move on. And so these solutions that platforms are starting to build out are in my opinion a good sign, and also hopefully going to drive a lot of people to it because of the ease of use. And so I'm kind of like Simon. I'd like to get on there and play around with it and see what benefits it might have, and if I can break it. But at the same time, I'm also wouldn't be putting much in there. It would just be like testing it out and seeing what I could do. So, but that's off of what I heard. That's kind of my opinion on it. But I think it'll be something that we need to kind of keep our eyes on and see how it progresses from here on out. See if other companies are going to jump on board and try these things out. And then what happens when these ETFs do go live, and how they're going to give everybody a chance to get in, whether it's going to be you just call up a broker now and they can get it for you, or if it'll be implemented in pension plans, 401k plans, etc. Or even life insurance policies. I mean, I'm not too up on exactly what they're allowed to invest in. I know that they have quite a bit at their disposal, but with the regulations and the ETFs, it's going to allow quite a bit more traffic in. And so platforms and companies are going to have to build stuff like this to give people an ease of use and a foot in the door. So that's what I got.
Great. I agree with you very much so. And yeah, I mean, if we were all super savvy at it and it was super easy, everybody would be doing it, but they're not. And I think you're right. These types of solutions are a necessary thing. One thing that does kind of excite me a little bit about this also is, it can be intimidating to get on the exchanges. And there's some folks that may have crypto where we're in this bull market and supposedly prices are going to rise and people are going to want to sell, and so the interchangeable swiping and going back into your Uphold wallets is also kind of attractive to me as well. If you can put some into this vault and have it on standby, and then with a swipe, have it boom, so that it's not really sitting out there on that exchange for X amount of time. You know, if it's in your vault and you want to, you know, move. So, I mean, I might decide to put a few little coins in there. Right now, I will say this. I forgot to mention, they're only doing XRP first. XRP is the first asset that they're going to use this vault for. And then I think they said at the beginning of Q1, they're going to add Bitcoin. Will be the second asset that they're going to do. And then they will also introduce the other, you know, some of the other tokens, but they're doing it slowly. And so, like I said, they're starting with XRP and then they'll move to Bitcoin. So I think I don't know. I think it's interesting. What are you thinking, Simon?
Yeah. First off, for NFT solutions, brother man, thanks for stopping by and speaking the truth there, man. You're not wrong at all, right? For the mass adoption movement here in crypto. This is another way in, not just the ETF, right? By the way, that works for the institutions because they're already in that game, like your Vanguards and etc. They can only participate what they already have licenses to participate in, right? So if Bitcoin goes ETF, then cool. Now they can actually not only get that, but they can offer that to their very big clients, 401k funds, pension funds. You know, the sea is your oyster at that point, at that level. You know, I think it's a good step in the right direction for fundamentally teaching people of not your keys, not your coins, and having kind of the a little bit more kind of training wheels on there, but not. You know, I mean, it's there, but it's not there. As far as what Uphold has just put out into beta and should be, what did he say it was done doing beta? End of this year, or I mean, beginning of next year should be good.
So that interview that I played was like 5 days ago. I actually think you can sign up for it right now. Actually,
okay.
So I think it's live now. So